8 signs you're a good-looking older man. Age gap, confidence, and attraction tips. Some men think good looks fade with time. You figured out that age just adds layers to your appeal. It's not about chasing youth. It's about owning every line and move with confidence. What if I told you women are more attracted to your mindset than your mirror reflection? You're about to learn 8 signs that prove good looking. Older men have a secret edge, one that crushes the typical age gap myths and rewrites the rules of attraction. Welcome to EMA, the place where high VE value men come to get inspired to level up their style, own their love life, and take charge of their relationships. Sign one, younger women, sign one, younger women. Hold eye contact. Then look away. You've probably noticed it. A younger woman locks eyes with you, and just as quickly she looks away. Now, most men might think this is just awkward or even a sign of rejection. But here's the thing, it's actually a sign of attraction. And if you're not picking up on it, you're missing out. What most men get wrong is this: they either avoid eye contact completely or they do the opposite, staring too long, which can come off as either nervous or worse, a little desperate. Neither works in your favor. So what to do? Instead, recognize that this moment is a dance, a subtle power play when a woman looks away after holding eye contact. It's not about disinterest. It's often a blend of attraction and respect for your presence. It shows she's intrigued, but not necessarily intimidated in a bad way. She's just giving you space to decide how to move next. And here's the thing, when you don't rush to fill that space with words or nervous gestures, it communicates confidence. Women find that incredibly magnetic. But this isn't just about women. No, this works in every social interaction. That same eye contact, that same calm, controlled response. It signals power, the ability to command a room without saying a word. It's about owning your space and letting others know they have to meet your energy, not the other way around. Stay with me, because coming up, I'm going to show you how this quiet confidence plays out when you enter a room, and well, let's just say silence follows. Sign 2, people mention distinguished. Sign 2, people mention distinguished. Instead of cute. Now, you know how most guys spend their time chasing the next youthful look, trying to recapture their teenage years or compete with younger men. What they don't realize is that in doing so, they're overlooking something far more powerful, something that comes with age and experience: being distinguished. What most men get wrong is they focus on being cute or handsome in the traditional sense, constantly seeking external validation. This approach can make you look like you're trying too hard, like you're holding on to something that's slipping away. It's a struggle, so what to do instead? Shift the focus. If you want respect and admiration, aim for distinguished instead. This term doesn't just refer to looks. It signals maturity, success, and poise. It's the kind of compliment you get when you've earned your stripes and carried yourself well over time. Being called distinguished means you've crossed into an elite territory where people see more than just your face. They see your journey, your wisdom, and your presence. This is not about impressing anyone. This is about showing up in a way that commands respect in all spaces. Whether it's your workplace, a social setting, or even at home, it's an aura that says, I'm comfortable in my own skin and I know my worth. And guess what? The best part of being distinguished is that it doesn't fade with time. It only gets better. Keep watching, because we're going to dive into how your face becomes a story of its own and why this transformation is a key element to your appeal. Sign 3. You age into your features. You age into your features. Now, here's where most men get it wrong. They spend all their time and energy trying to hide the aging process. They're obsessed with covering up wrinkles, trying every cream or treatment out there, or even getting a little too carried away with hair dye. They're chasing something that's already slipping away, and in doing so, they miss what they truly have. Character. What to do? Instead, own it. You age into your features. And that's not a curse, it's a gift. Your face now tells a story. Those lines aren't just signs of getting older. They're marks of experience, resilience, and life well lived. Every wrinkle, every gray hair adds to a narrative that younger men simply can't match. It's the difference between looking like you're trying too hard and looking like you know exactly who you are. When you start embracing this, it doesn't just impact your appearance, it impacts how you walk into any room. People feel your depth. Women are drawn to the maturity and wisdom you project. But it's not just about attracting women, it's about impressing your peers. your colleagues, and even those younger than you, they see you and know that you've got something they're still working towards. Stay with me because coming up next, I'm going to show you why your presence can be so magnetic that when you walk into a room, it almost goes silent. Sign 4 women. Sign 4 women, touch their hair or neck. When you enter the room, touch their hair or neck. When you enter the room, let's be real for a second. Most men overlook the subtle cues that can tell you exactly how someone feels about you. They get caught up in thinking that attraction is all about making grand gestures or saying the right words, the truth. It's in the small things, the unconscious signals that give it all away. What most men get wrong, they're too busy watching for overt signs of interest thinking that the loudest gesture will give them the answer. But what you should really be paying attention to are the tiny, almost invisible signals. Like when a woman touches her hair or neck. When you walk into the room, you might think it's a nervous tic or just something she does when she's bored, but it's actually a subconscious attraction signal. So what to do instead? Recognize this for what it is, pure interest. When a woman touches her hair, adjusts her neck, or brushes a strand out of her face, it's her body's way of drawing attention to herself. She's signaling that you've caught her eye, and she's trying to make sure you notice. This is not just a sign for women you're interested in. It's a social cue that also lets you understand the dynamics in a room. Women aren't the only ones who do this. Men might adjust their posture or attire when a certain presence walks in. And the best part, these signs work in every area of life. When you pick up on these subtle body language cues, it doesn't just boost your social game with women, it improves your confidence, helps you read situations better, and even gives you an advantage in professional settings. So when you see that little gesture, just know you're holding power in that moment. Now we've talked about subtle signs of attraction. Stay with me because next up, I'm going to show you what happens when you walk into a room and it feels like everyone goes silent. Trust me, this is a good thing. Sign 5, you walk sign 5. You walk into a room and silence follows into a room. And silence follows most men when they enter a room, either try to make their presence known with loud words or overcompensate with unnecessary gestures. The truth is, they're not reading the room or owning the moment. They're too busy trying to be the loudest person in the room, missing the silent power that comes with true confidence. What to do instead? Walk in quietly, own your space when you enter a room, and silence follows. It's not awkward, it's magnetic. This kind of quiet confidence doesn't come from bragging or making a big entrance. It comes from being so comfortable with who you are that your presence speaks for itself. You don't have to say anything, but people will notice, they'll be drawn to you because they sense you've got something worth paying attention to. This isn't just about impressing women. Sure, when you walk in and silence follows women, take notice. There's a certain allure in a man who commands attention without effort. But the real magic here, it's about earning respect. Your colleagues, friends, even strangers feel the weight of your presence. They sense your authority, your groundedness, your experience. And that's something you can't fake. Stay with me because in a moment we're going to talk about how this silent power also leads people to make assumptions about you, assumptions that work in your favor. Sign 6 people assume you're successful before you say anything successful, before you say anything. Here's a mistake most men make. They feel the need to talk about their accomplishments, constantly listing their successes or explaining how hard they've worked. It's almost as if they're trying to convince people they've arrived. The problem, it often comes off as insecure, like you're looking for validation. What to do instead? Let your presence do the talking when people assume you're successful before you even open your mouth. That's the real magic. It's not about dropping your resume every chance you get. It's about how you carry yourself, your style, your confidence, your poise. These things broadcast your success more powerfully than any words could. When you walk into a room and people immediately think you're successful, it's because you exude an air of competence and calm. Your body language tells them you know your worth and that you've achieved something substantial. They don't need to know the details, they just feel the weight of your presence. And here's the kicker. This doesn't just attract admiration from women, though. That's certainly part of it. But it also earns you respect in professional settings. Colleagues, clients, even strangers can sense your status. That kind of power is irresistible, and it opens doors without you having to say a word. Stay with me because up next we're going to dive into how this presence leads people to think you've got it all together, even before you open your mouth. Sign 7, you wear simplicity like it's luxury. Sign 7, you wear simplicity like it's luxury. Most men, when they try to dress up, fall into the trap of overcomplicating things. They pile on accessories, go for bold patterns, and make their outfits scream for attention. The problem, it ends up looking desperate, like they're trying to convince the world they have style. It's not elegant, it's just noise. What to do instead? Embrace simplicity when you wear simplicity. Like it's luxury, it says you understand the power of understatement. Think about the greats, the men whose style has stood the test of time. The elegance they project doesn't come from loud colors or flashy brands, it comes from clean lines, well-fitted clothes, and items that speak of quality over quantity. Simplicity is the foundation of timeless style. You don't need to overthink it. A crisp shirt, well-tailored trousers, and a classic watch can say everything you need to say. It's about knowing that you don't need to shout to be noticed. Your quiet confidence and sharp taste do all the talking. This approach doesn't just impress women, it commands respect from colleagues, peers, and even your friends. When you wear simple, high-quality clothing, it signals that you value yourself and understand what true style is. It's elegant, it's refined, and it makes a statement that doesn't need words. Stay tuned, because next up, we'll talk about how your style is respected, not just by women, but by men too. And trust me, that's where real power lies. Sign 8. Even men respect your sign 8. Even men respect your style. Now here's something that most men miss. They focus too much on impressing women, thinking that's the ultimate validation for their style. But let's be honest, if you want to know whether you've truly nailed your look, pay attention to how other men respond to it. When other men respect your style, that's when you know you've hit the sweet spot. What most men get wrong, they go overboard trying to stand out, thinking boldness is the only way to make an impression. But what ends up happening is that they come off as trying too hard when it's obvious you're trying to outdo everyone else. You lose the subtle power that comes with real confidence. So what to do instead? Focus on dressing in a way that commands respect, not attention. It's about style that speaks volumes without shouting, classic pieces the right fit, and knowing how to put things together with ease. That's the kind of style that earns the nod of approval from other men. They'll see you and think, this guy knows exactly what he's doing. That's the kind of respect that elevates you in any room. And let's be clear, this isn't just about looking good to women. It's about standing out in a way that's sophisticated, grounded, and unmistakably masculine when other men respect your style. It's not just about fashion. It's about understanding the unspoken codes of elegance and power. That's the kind of presence that gets you noticed for all the right reasons. Now stick with me, because up next we're diving into why true attractiveness is way less about looks and more about how you carry your story. Bonus point: why true attractiveness is less about looks and more about how you carry your story. Here's the thing most men miss. They think being attractive is all about the way they look. They obsess over grooming clothes or trying to appear younger. But let me let you in on a secret. True attractiveness isn't about looks at all. It's about how you carry your story. What most men get wrong is they focus so much on the surface, they forget to build the depth that makes them truly magnetic. They assume that if they look good enough, that's all that matters. But what to do instead? Focus on the story you're telling, the way you hold yourself, the way you speak, the way you navigate life. That's what draws people to you, not just your appearance. It's how you talk about your experiences, the lessons you've learned, and the way you carry yourself with confidence and humility. When you walk through life with a story to tell, one that's filled with substance, people are drawn to you. Naturally, women find it irresistibly attractive, sure, but so do other men, your colleagues, and everyone around you. And let's face it, a man who knows how to tell his story and wear it with pride is a man who commands respect, and not just for his looks, but for his wisdom, his character, and his true presence. Now that's the kind of attractiveness that doesn't fade. Thank you for sticking with me until the end. You're the real ones. Now before we wrap up, make sure to check the video description for links to everything we discussed today. You'll find some helpful resources there that can elevate your style, boost your confidence, and just make sure you're always showing up as the best version of yourself now as a simple thank you for sticking around. Drop a quick comment below, just say distinguished to let us know you've watched all the way through. We love hearing from our real community members, and it helps keep us motivated to keep providing more value. If you found this video helpful, do us a favor, like the video. It helps us grow and reach more men who want to elevate their lives just like you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for daily content. Like this, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Lastly, share this video with someone who could use these insights. We truly appreciate your support. We've also got a recommended video for you to check out right now. Click it and keep leveling up. I'll see you back here.